They're trying to control what you think. They're trying to control why you think it, why you believe it. So me having mass influence is a threat to them.
This is Andrew Tate, and this is me. And right here was his last podcast before he got arrested.
The online influencer Andrew Tate has been detained in Romania.
Tate was arrested in Romania as part of a sex trafficking probe.
Am I a bad person? The more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it.
The message sent from Tate reading, quote, "I loved raping you."
Voice notes, let's call it voice notes, whichever they are, that's from another case in 2019.
The guy who's on the case is actually known for taking down the mafia in Romania as well.
So after hearing all of the allegations, I decided I wanted to know the truth. So I decided to do a podcast with one of Andrew Tate's closest friends and one of the only guys that knows what's going on.
I think there's certain people you don't go to war with online.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode. Now, today's episode is unlike any other episode I've done. We're actually going to be discussing something very serious. So today I'm joined with two very special guests. One being Raheem, known as CEO Cast, and the second one being Tam Khan himself. How are you guys doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, all good.
Every single person in my comment section has been telling me to talk about this, but also it's one of the most serious topics, and hence why I brought both of you to talk about it, because I think this circle of people, I would say, is the most suitable people to talk about this topic.
Is it fitness and
No.
the podcast world? What are we talking
It's not
about?
fitness today. I guess. I think this is the only time I'm going to watch what I say, because today we're going to talk about the entire Andrew Tate situation, and we're actually going to be telling you guys facts, truths, and no bullshit.
It's funny because you told me the other day whoever comes in your podcast gets cancelled, so I'm definitely watching what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think you came on this podcast and your Twitter got taken down.
Was my TikTok taken down before I came here or after?
I'm just going to say before.
It was after, wasn't it?
Was it?
I can't
Tate came
remember.
on his podcast, ended up in...
Tate came on his podcast, got cancelled fully, like
That was not
physically
my
cancelled.
fault. So you guys have seen the news. Tate has been locked up. So what's your take on this, Tam?
On the whole thing, of course, Tate's a good friend and brother to me, Muslim brother and a good friend. I've known him 15, 16 years, maybe longer. For me, it's complete bullshit. Look, whether you agree with Tate or not and how he talks, his delivery in podcasts, sometimes he says crazy things, I agree. Sometimes he says things offensive, but it's just the delivery, you know? You don't have to like it. There's many people I don't like watching, like Ben Shapiro. But they have a platform, let them speak. I'm not going to ever say arrest them or try and cut them down. They have their opinions like we have ours, you know? But look, for me, it's rubbish. I think there's many reasons I can go into. I think the main one is they tried to cancel him before. It obviously didn't work.
Yeah.
No social media. His stock was still high. Piers Morgan, for example, being from the UK like me and Raheem, he's like prime time. He is like David Letterman, Oprah Winfrey all in one.
Yeah.
Mainstream TV, speaking so well. And if you looked at the comments on the YouTube or speaking to people in the UK, he gained more supporters from that.
Yeah.
People would hear his name and parents like, oh, he's misogynist, he's that Andrew Tate. After that interview, a lot of people said, you know what, he's speaking some sense. And honestly, the last interview was so powerful because that was the first one he publicly kind of stated he's Muslim. He started it with Assalamu Alaikum. And it's the only podcast to this day, that Andrew Tate has ever apologized for previous comments when he spoke to peers regarding comments he made about Islam in the old days.
Yeah.
And that's the first time. That shows his true love and his passion for Islam, that he's a Muslim, because he said, look, I said those things when I was atheist. I apologize. I've changed my mind. I'm a Muslim now. That showed a sign of his character, which also matured and changed to actually accept he's wrong. And the Muslim world, I mean, his stock went up. He spoke well. He was on a few podcasts, went to Romania. And then I think he tweeted and upset some of the Matrix's ambassadors. Greta, I think Thunberg, her name is. And I think there's certain people you don't go to war with online. She might look like a team, but they're all connected. And I think it got to a point where people are fed up. And don't forget, Romania is an Orthodox Christian country, very Orthodox.
I was just going to say this. I saw a theory online where, it could be supposedly, as he took a shahada, upset some people in Romania who are, Christians, etc. Thought, you know what, let's just put him into jail.
I swear, I'm starting to think, I'm looking at all the angles thinking, what is the reason? I also think it could be a conspiracy. My opinion or my thoughts are maybe the US are behind it. Big tech companies, because he's just unstoppable. He's abusing and he's ousting big companies. When he does that, when these millions of boys at that age, it affects these companies because his messages affect them in their growth and their money, and they're like pushing against them. So he's a kind of threat to certain corporations. He's a threat to a certain way of life. So there's many angles. So you're right, because Romania is a very Christian Orthodox country, and he used to fund them. He used to publicly say, I send donations monthly, I look after them, and I fund he used to be a Christian after atheism.
Yeah.
That all stopped, he's become Muslim. That's going to upset them. That's going to be like, okay, you are paying us, you're looking after us, now you're a Muslim, our enemy. Then you've got the big tech companies, the case which he's got accused of, the individual, one of them is American citizen. So the American embassy pushed the whole thing. So, and if you look at the arrest, bro, like when you arrest and raid someone, got friends here, like we know from the street, when you see someone get raided, it comes unexpected. The door bang down, you're grabbed, the next day it's in the news, whatever. They came with more cameras than you've got in your studio, bro.
Yeah.
HD, it looked like it was so good, I thought he fixed it himself.
That's what, honestly, when I saw that, like, I genuinely thought, I was like, Tate is a genius. He got himself arrested. And the crazy thing is, the next day he was released.
No.
There was a period where he got out. He said it was just a SWAT guys. This happens.
No, that was old footage.
Are you sure?
I think that was the first arrest you're talking about.
That's the first
that's
arrest?
from April.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, was that old footage?
Yeah, that was old footage people were pushing out. He never got released once. I know. I was in contact
I heard
with the
Tristan
team.
was released though.
Nobody. This is all speculation. They've not been released since that day, all four. And the thing
I
was...
did not know. Did you know that?
I knew, obviously, the arrest in the beginning. I knew that's what you were talking about.
I thought they released him one day and then took him back
No,
in.
that was in April. The same case. It was cleared. He was released and he spoke. This is about the same thing. This was with HD cameras. The vans open at certain points. There's cameramen, videographers waiting in all areas of the arrest outside the pickup.
Yeah.
Police. How do they know this?
Yeah.
The Romanian army, all like the guards are holding him, looking at the cameras, posing like they're Schwarzenegger and Stallone. Like it was so weird.
Yeah.
And it's like the press were there to say, yeah, we've got him. It's like Romania want to claim their fame. We've got Andrew Tate. Like now it's a question of what? Everyone was speculating. Is it this? Is it that? Is it money laundering, human trafficking? Right? And he's always been saying it, no? He said in your podcast, he said on many, he said in yours probably, when you can't cancel someone, what's next? They'll try and arrest you. When they can't get in a conviction or arrest you or kill your character, the next thing's death. And I'm telling you, it looks like that way's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been held detained for nothing. There's no good evidence.
And they still wouldn't let him out.
They won't, because if he starts talking, the people are going to rebel. So they need to keep him there while they're doing investigations. And obviously they're scattering around trying to find things. And this is the first time in history a judge is looking at, or a prosecution's looking at, podcasts. That's like arresting Hulk Hogan.
And looking at WWE footage.
Yeah. Or The Undertaker and say, actually, you're dead. Like, it's fake. Or arresting a rapper saying you're a murderer. No, it's lyrics.
Yeah.
All these rappers, like you see, 98% of them, they've never shot no one.
Yeah.
Those girls are hired. Those cars are not theirs. It's music. It's acting on the mic. Yeah, it's a facade. It's an image.
Yeah.
Tate is a content creator. That is a facade. Andrew Tate, I know him. He's a person. He's a very good guy. Top G is a persona. It's a way to shock, which he said himself. I put this persona on to get the attention of you, and then I pass my message.
It's a character that he played, isn't it? To get where he is today in terms of, how being the top G and the most famous guy on the internet.
Exactly. And like any other country in the West would throw that out. They'd be like, okay, we can see the difference. Romania, no. They're looking at media. They're looking at the biased media like Vice and media which is not taken serious. So obviously he's up against it, but at the same time, any viable news outlet or prosecution or lawyer would throw this out the window. And I think in a way they've shot themselves in the foot by making it so public, because now the whole world's looking with a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
They can't fuck about. They cannot make it corrupt.
I think this is the reason why they had loads of camcorders and everything outside, because they need to show the world, as in the government in Romania or whatever it is, they need to show the world that they're actually doing something about it. Whether it's the US watching, the UK watching, whatever it may be, they're being watched to say that they're handling this in the way that they want them to.
Yeah, I think that also, but at the same time, by doing that, they could have stitched him up with any case. Now, whatever they do, the Western, whoever they are, the embassies or his legal team, are going to say, okay, what are you accusing him of? And they'll make it public. So, for example, we think you're a human trafficker because she said, and that's the only evidence he's got.
Yeah.
Everyone else is going to be like, okay, that's illegal. So, in a way, they shouldn't have put such a facade, because they could have literally locked him up and said this, and kept it quiet. So, in a way, the whole world's watching now. So they have to make sure they've got real evidence, and they're doing everything by the book. Because if they're not, then they're also in dangerous waters.
So I want to talk about a few things today. Number one is the actual allegations. Number two is the evidence. And number three is kind of what you guys think the outcome's going to be. So obviously you saw the evidence, voice notes. I'm going to play them on the...
That's not evidence.
You didn't like that I was thinking I can do whatever I want to. That's what it is. I'm the smartest person on this planet. Am I a bad person? Because the more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it. I loved how much you hated it. Turned me on. Are you seriously so offended I strangled you a little bit? You didn't f***ing pass out. Chill the f*** out. Jesus Christ. I thought you were cool. What's wrong with you?
That's just Vice play. That's not been evidence for this case at all.
The voice note between him and the girl.
Yeah, this is another case.
The thing is, everyone's using AI nowadays, you know, as we were talking about off camera.
Yeah.
People making voices, you know, you can easily get someone who does an impersonation of someone else as well.
Yeah. The voice notes, let's call it voice notes, whichever they are, they're bullshit. That's from another case in 2019.
So
in
are they
UK,
using these in the new one?
They're not using it. This is just media throwing anything they've got to get the public against him. This is nothing to do with this case. That's the thing. That's what it's confusing everyone. That is for a case in 2019. 2015 between 2015 and 2019, I'm getting my notes from the UK. All case here was dropped by the Crown Prosecution Service.
Yeah.
Because there was no evidence and it wasn't sufficient anyway. The UK, which is probably the most stringent people on earth,
Yeah.
it was dropped. And this came from some girl who was accusing him then. But obviously, these edited, whatever they are,
Yeah.
they're not showing you the whole picture. Because
But is this now in the new case or is it
No, this
not?
is old. This
So-
is a
so-
totally different case. So Vice, which is Vice's most pathetic bullshit.
The thing is, Vice got
Joke.
bought out by BBC as well, so now they, you know, that agenda is backed by BBC.
Yeah, Vice were going broke. Vice, the CEO, the first founder, got done for sexual harassment in his workplace. Vice has got a big agenda of pushing paedophilia in all their texts, pushing dodgy LGBTQ kind of like agendas. Vice were nearly bankrupt. Disney invested $400 million and said it was the worst investment in their life. They've lost it all. Vice were about to sell. They were crumbling. They couldn't even sell. They needed something to save their career and their whole brand. What is that? A mega story. Who's left? Andrew Tate. This has saved their life. They were dead and crumbled. And the scariest thing was how stupid they are, talking about he's a rapist, he's a misogynist. Only yesterday they produced an article how rape, there's a manifestation. Let me just, so I don't quote it wrong, I'll show you exactly what they did.
As you checked out, Mo, have you seen the clip that Vice put out where it's basically the guy interviewing Andrew Tate?
And they're trying to make it seem like he's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, because there's two pieces put together. It's like me and you talking right now, and you put a clip of, you know, one of us being frustrated, but that's not actually how we are in this very moment.
It's a whole different contracts, manipulating the facts. And I've seen that, and I think it's pathetic. I think generally, like you said, even all the evidences that are coming, big media outlets are putting out evidence from previous cases, from things that have nothing to do with it, and like naming it, Andrew Tate messaged a girl, I raped you. And it's like, there's none of that.
It's actually Vice. So let's, like, you won't see CNN or BBC or Al Jazeera doing it. Vice's article, look, a day later, is it weird to fantasize about having sex against my will? Well, I call it rape, but I also want this to happen in a very safe environment with my consent. So they're saying there's a thing called fantasizing about being raped. It's a sexual pleasure. So you're saying as a rapist, when he said it was role play, all the messages which have come out today combated all their little edits and blurs, and then they do an article saying it's against you. Well, they're retarded. Like, they're stupid, bro. They're going against their own. What they're saying is that they contradict themselves. Vice are literally, people can't take them seriously. They push a paedophile agenda, LGBTQ. And I think this is going to be end of Vice soon as well, because I'm outspoken about it. A lot of people are going against them. Their evidence is a guy who was living with him, training with him, enjoying it. And you saw footage which Andrew Tate's team released behind the scenes of showing the guy going, what are you doing? Why are you lying, manipulating? He's edited everything. The voice notes are about a case in London which are fake, a case he was cleared of with not one bit of evidence sufficient for the police prosecution service to do. So that's quashed. These new cases, 2 girls have come out and said it's fake. The other girls, where are they? One's in America, they're not even in Romania. Yeah. There's no evidence, there's no DNA. He has CCTV full-time in his villa, in his big house. You can check everything. They checked that in April about this case. The CCTV showed the girl in question going out to get pizza, bringing it in, having fun, then left on herself.
Yeah.
This is all about a boyfriend who caught her on an Instagram story.
Yeah.
That's the story behind it.
Yeah,
She's in his house. Do you know the story? She's in his house partying with Tristan and everyone, and she has a story. If I'm being kidnapped, do you think, say the Mexican cartel have got me, I'm not going to go, chilling here with
in
El
the
Chapo.
Vibe studio.
It's kicking in Tijuana right now. Got a gun to my head. You don't do that. She's doing a story, means she's comfortable. Her boyfriend sees it, goes mad. She goes, I'm not here. I didn't want to be here. They forced me. He calls the embassy. That's what happened, the whole thing. They threw that out the window. Now it looks like pressure for someone's coming back to him, yeah? But I honestly believe there's nothing there, and they're going to look at financial things now to hold him. They just want him.
I want to ask you, Tam. Obviously, he was in Dubai just literally a few days before he got arrested, right? You'd probably been hanging with him, all that sort of stuff. Did he see it coming, the arrest?
No, that's what another thing. When you know, like if you've done something, it's like a kid, you've done something naughty, your mum said, no, don't do that. you kind of know you stay away from that area or the kitchen, or I've stole £5 out of my dad's wallet, like the old days. He went there normally. He was in London for some work, Piers Morgan, a few podcasts and some other work. He mentioned me, I'm going to come for New Year's. What do you think? I said, I'm with a family. It's kind of like, I don't care for New Year's, but you're welcome to come to my house or we chill something. He goes, yeah, okay, G, like usual talk. I might come. Then we were discussing something else. He had a big fight being planned. That's that message I had that day. We're on the podcast. He then says, you know what, I'll go Romania. I'll chill there, catch up some work, sit there, relax, and maybe come after. Then he messages me, you know what, I'll come on the 30th. Day before, this happens. But you wouldn't go. You wouldn't go. Like, it was safe. This was a ploy. Something was, after that Piers Morgan and Greta thing, something's annoyed everyone. They thought, let's just grab him. Let's not get him, because they know he was settling in Dubai.
Yeah, I think it's that situation of they thought, especially with that Greta thing, I think they didn't realize how strong and influential he is, that he could go up against anyone and get people's support. And one more thing I want to say, guys, even regarding the voice notes, and this is something that really bothers me, even if it's an older case, those voice notes, if someone's actually raped someone, they're not going to drop voice notes saying, I enjoyed it, you're great. Who is that stupid?
Yeah.
Like literally, and you can even tell like the way they're like he's saying it with like this very, I guess, fun, sexual tone, as if you know clearly, as if you're not a 13-year-old, you know that's kind of role play.
You can tell them, look, if these voice notes, which I don't even believe are real.
If they are real.
They are role play and they're edited so badly. It's like 4 different subjects. There's no response to it. You don't see the angle of what it is.
Yeah, and number 2, they haven't even given the girl's response. If you're going to at least play those voice notes, put the girl's response.
From a guy who does podcasts, I can tell that's all different tones of voice chopped up from different clips or something.
Yeah, probably
That's
different parts of the conversation.
Not actually a WhatsApp conversation or something.
That's that's exactly what I was saying. You're spot on there. That is 5 or 6 things jumbled to one. And let's make one thing clear as men here. Real rape and human trafficking is sick. Like, we don't agree with that. There's real victims out there
of course.
who are traumatized, and I'm not for that. That's haram. As Muslim men, it's sick. And there's real victims out there who are suffering, and the people perpetrators should be punished. But people like this and making these cases and vice are going to ruin people's chances of having justice by making bullshit up.
Yeah.
When you do this, you're going to make it hard for real victims out there. It's like the boy cry wolf. You should not do that shit, because you're going to ruin. There's real innocent victims out there in these kind of cases, and them trying to stitch a man up for being too popular or pissing off a certain government is sick, bro. And the thing is, they're in a big magnifying glass now, and I think the world's seeing through it. They're like, show us the evidence. Who's the girl? What is it? Play this. The lawyers said they've come out of nothing. They didn't even show me the prosecution documents. 45 minutes before the court case, I had it. No proof. When the police arrested him, the doors were open. There's cameras. Every girl who used to work there had their own cell phone, their own social media platforms.
Yeah.
If you're trafficking someone, if I'm kidnapping you, I'm not going to give you a mobile here. You can use Twitter and I'll be back in 10 hours. Yeah. It's easy. 999. Go on a story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
makes no sense.
Have some logic. Like, it makes no sense.
And look at it.
Another thing about rape, and I'm not like, sorry to cut you in here. Tristan and Andrew, like, they're successful, good-looking men. Like, Tristan looks like a GQ model.
Yeah.
They're 6'4". They're wealthy. You're acting like they look like Shrek, like me, like 4'1" version of me. They don't need to pressure girls, right? Like, I'm not being offensive here, but you know, like, wherever they go, I've seen women DM me. Can you get me to meet them? I want them.
Yeah.
Like, women DMing me, bro. You imagine, like, it's like when you get these rappers or football players and these girls hover around like the Mike Tyson thing. With status and fame comes that risk, and that's unfortunately, it's a problem in the celebrity world.
Yeah. There's actually one thing that I saw you speak about recently. It was about a lady that was seen at the boxing event, but she kind of spoke up saying that, oh, I'm so glad I didn't go to them, because this could have happened to me. But you could see her in the footage actually going to Andrew. What was that situation? Was that actually the same lady?
Oh, I know who this girl you're talking about. Yes.
Everyone knows. So this girl, listen, and even when I spoke on this thing about her, I said she's done nothing wrong. She was just there talking. Why I'm angry is because she's gone to the tabloid, sold a story saying, he used to DM me. Maybe he did. He wanted to get me there, lure me. Oh, I felt scared. I'm glad I didn't go.
Is this what she did, yeah?
Yeah. It's all the Sun and Daily Mail. He could have done this and that to me. It was aggressive chat. I own you. Again, guys, whoever's listening, viewers, if you're scared of someone, say it's me, you're scared of me. Are you going to just walk up to me and then talk to me? When you're scared of someone, you stay away from them. I'm sitting there. It's all on video. Comes over. I thought she's his best friend. The way she's talking there, smiling. She's got her own videographer filming it, so she wants clout. Yeah. Let me film Andrew Tate talking to me. He clearly says, yeah, that's great. Anyway, watching the boxing, see you later. Like, I don't want to chill. I don't want to talk. Brush is like, it's cold. It was so cold. I'm looking at my phone. I was embarrassed. I was like, oh, that is harsh. Like,
It was
you know?
funny because there was clips of it on TikTok and everyone in the comments is saying, obviously they can't hear because of the audio. Everyone's saying, Andrew saying, go home. Get out.
Yeah. It looks like he's saying, go home. And I'm watching this. She's saying a story. Then apparently on Twitter yesterday, she's on some Twitter space platform saying, like mugging me off and saying he's this and that. He's lying. My cameraman heard anything, but guys, the whole world saw it. Again, if she's watching, I don't know what your name is. I never dissed you. I said the truth. You went up and approached him and spoke to him. He didn't want to talk. Halas, we went home. That was it. I dropped him home.
Like you said, there was nothing wrong in that situation. You've approached Andrew Tate. You've spoke. Nothing's wrong has happened.
Wrong with it.
But the fact is, the same girl has gone on tabloid media and said, I'm so glad he tried to lure me in. Like you said, you don't approach someone that's trying to lure you in or do something to you and try and speak to them in an event.
It's like, and the thing is, the tabloids, and I see influencers and politicians in London, a female one on her Twitter when she wrote it going, you're so brave. Well done, you're so brave in standing up. I'm like, are you joking? Are you, what brave?
Is there no common sense left?
Go on.
Well?
She posted on her own TikTok the video, bro, before.
Yeah, I saw it.
It was her own TikTok she posted, meeting Andrew. Then, bro, that's the life you got. And then I did some digging into her. I thought, let me dig into her character and stuff. And again, I'm a Muslim, so to me it's all haram. Even what Andrew did, I hate all of it. In that haram, well, things come back to bite you. But she had a sex tape she tried to sell with a rapper.
Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
The same lady.
The same girl.
The same girl.
Went to sell it, and then I think he said, don't do it. And she cancelled last minute. So, and she lived in a Playboy mansion for years. So, the Playboy mansion, what more human trafficking can you get? Hugh Hefner's mansion, like contradictory to self. Then she tried to sell a sex tape. So, going by the credibility of a witness, Your Honor, what would you say? Like, when you hear that? Like, come on. I think Andrew Tate, he's no saint. He says some dodgy things. I agree. You can love him or hate him. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But don't stick someone up for some bullshit.
I just want to say something on what you said as well about the sex tape. It's not exactly like you're putting that out there and you've done your digging in and, you know, she doesn't want to expose it. She was on a podcast with my friend, right? And she said it herself. So she's openly saying she's had a sex tape with Wiz Khalifa and didn't want it out there. So I'm just saying that for time's sake.
She approached TMZ and stuff, and the story was Wiz Khalifa said, don't release it. He wasn't happy, so she stopped. But she was going to do it.
Wow.
And she's proud. Like, she goes, yeah, it exists. I saw some clips. So it's not me explaining. You can Google
public
it.
information. It happened.
She shared it herself.
So what I'm saying is, so this person, it's like me being a bank robber my whole life. Then we're all sitting here, and we've got a safe, and the money goes, and we're all sitting in the room. Who's the first person you're going to think is done it?
Where's your suspect?
Yeah, it's like you go by character, trustworthy characters. I'm not saying she's not trustworthy. Seemed like a smiley girl, nice girl, said hello. Why I stepped up because he's a brother, and I thought, why are you doing so dirty to him for some cash? Why are you trying to sell a story to, some shit's happened to say I was scared for my life. If you're scared for life, don't approach him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I hate that shit, bro. It's just unfair.
Now, I want to say a few things about, obviously, we've talked about the evidence, stuff like that, but here's my theory, all right? And I think there's two ways things can go. If it was the Matrix trying to attack him, take him down, there's either one, it's a situation of them releasing him, because I guess they can't keep him there. But if it's really them trying to take him down, wouldn't they just slowly just make sure he stays in, keep him there, and kind of make a point to people that no matter who you are, we will keep you in, and that's it. Like, we are above the rest.
You can't. Look, it's Romania, bro. Look at Vladimir Putin, probably the most powerful man in the world. The whole world's against him. Yeah. You can't just do what you want anymore. The days have changed with social media. Wars, people speak up. Revolutions have happened.
Yeah.
In an old special world, they could have, but they can't. After Epstein, they can't just kill someone. That's not so easy. It will go up in. So they're trying to cancel. It didn't work, and they're going to try their best to keep him there. And they're going to try and dig and find some bullshit.
Do you know what it is?
Through financials, maybe.
The world, sorry to cut you off there, yeah. The world is going in a complete different direction, yeah, for many different reasons that I won't go into. But from what Tate is doing and his message is bringing it back to the olden days of how it actually is and how it is in Islam as well, right? And they don't want that, so that's why they're going after him.
No, 100%. Like his message they don't like. They're trying to take away. They call it toxic masculinity. They're trying to make the man weaker. They're trying to kill the family vibe. They want to... Peppa Pig, man. Peppa Pig's a cartoon my kids watch. They're announcing LGBT characters next season. Peppa Pig, bro. I've got 3-year-olds watching that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, wow. For what reason? X-Men. Maybe they're saying they're going to be a more gender neutral name. They might change the name X-Men now because it's not gender neutral.
They even came out with She-Hulk.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. This is, check the media.
But I do want to play devil's advocate here, yeah? Let's just say he did commit some of those crimes. Not saying human trafficking or rape or anything like that. Let's just say he did something for money laundering, whatever the case is, and then, put this thing of the Matrix out there to make it look like it was all set up. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
And
but
then he's telling people that it actually is coming, but he's trying to cover his own back, if you know what I mean.
If that's the case, why go Romania? He was safe here.
Yeah.
It's like El Chapo saying, I'm going to go to Washington, D.C. for a holiday. It wouldn't happen. So that answer, I know what you're saying, but that answers, he wouldn't go back there. He'd be too smart. Number two, he won't be so loud in the public eye. If it was long, they wouldn't even notice him. If you're doing money laundering or whatever these crimes, you'd be
criminals
quiet.
don't. Yeah.
Criminals are not so loud.
They don't go on camera.
Criminals don't go on camera and go, oh. So that shows he's like, there's nothing on me. He always says, I know for a fact everything's financially, he's never done a dodgy thing with anything. So obviously they're going to look deep. You forgot to pay your tax on December 2008. Like everyone's got to slip up.
Something stupid.
It'll be something stupid. The rest is bullshit, bro. And the thing is, in a way, as a Muslim, I think we learn from this is haram things lead to haram endings in a way as well. Yeah. That lifestyle of sexualizing webcams is all just grimy anyway, disgusting. So maybe it's Allah's test and punishment or trial to test him and say, look, to get away from that old school life, which he finished, and to show, look, sometimes you need a kick in the ass to like wake you up. But at the same time, you got to believe in justice. And I'd say for anyone, sometimes it's, people say, what if he's found guilty? If he's found guilty, it doesn't mean he's guilty. That's why I say I will never believe it unless you give me clear-cut evidence, like a video, 4 witnesses, or such clear-cut evidence where you can't say no. Until that day, I will never believe it. You can give me a witness who's an ex-porn star, I'm not going to believe it. A girl who wants money, I won't believe it. Yeah. So therefore, everyone out there needs to know if he's jailed, it doesn't mean he's guilty at all. Yeah. There's poor black brothers in America who've been 30 years in jail for something they didn't do. They get released. Here's $10,000.
There's documentaries on it,
Sorry about that, 30 years. Like, imagine, the guys want to kill themselves.
Or once again, playing devil's advocate, maybe they're loading up all this evidence, because I was watching something where the guy who's on the case is actually known for taking down the mafia in Romania as well. So maybe he's just loading up a whole bunch of evidence to portray all at once and, get him done.
Yeah, but this is since April. How long do you need? Like, if it's clear cut, if it's rape and human trafficking, you've got the witnesses, you've got proof. They don't have that. So and they've obviously got someone's who they maybe paid to say it, and they realise that's not enough. There's no evidence. They're thinking, right, we're stuck here. A real defence lawyer could win that. Let's think of something else. Let's get his assistance. Maybe they've said something on a message. There's nothing there. Free them. Now they're stuck. Now they're like grabbing all his assets because it's from criminal activities. Now they're looking for everything. And I honestly, like, when you've got a case and it's strong like the way they're putting out the media, bro, there's enough time now. They would have said something. All right, we're going to go for a formal case now. You're under arrest for this. You're this. They're detaining him. Bro, I'm a Muslim father, husband, 2 kids. I would never endorse someone if I think they're scum or this and that. I would never. Tell me what. I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting nothing. I would never defend him publicly all the time and put my neck on the line, because I know the facts. I know the truth. So I'm not afraid. If people don't like me and want to troll me, I don't care.
And I want to say one thing. A lot of people can watch this and say, of course you guys are going to be on Andrew's side. You're going to get more clout from this. In fact, I'd like to argue, if I said something negative about Andrew, I'd probably get more clout.
Mm-hmm. I could go to the press and say, I know the truth. Pay me this. I'm going to expose Andrew Tate.
I think we could probably get triple
hundreds
the clout.
of thousands. Yeah, I'll get a big story. But it's bullshit. Why would I do that? Yeah. I'm only standing up because I won't even do it. I don't like discussing these things. But the problem is the whole media's against him. And if we don't stand up, then it's really bullying in a way. It's going to be ridiculous. The whole world's against him. This is our job. If you're friends, brothers, or whatever, stand up for someone's rights, And I say it again, all these influencers and social media personalities and used to beg my phone, beg me message, oh yeah, take pictures, hang with him. They're all silent. A lot of you guys did podcasts, did things with him. Where's your stance now? Because I know when he comes out, they're going to be, Andrew, can I do some work with you?
Part 2. Yeah.
But I'm telling you, bro, I'm exposing all. He will not work with any of you, inshallah, when he comes out, because where's your true loyalty now when something shit hits the fan or there's a little bit of a bump in the road?
They're all scared of being cancelled or something along them lines.
What we're saying is we know him and his character is not like that. What we mean is a persona. Yeah. We're saying that when he's on the mic, that is the top G, this, that. A lot of the things he had salt to it, whether he means or not. So don't judge him on that and break his life because of what he's on camera. Otherwise, then get rappers arrested. Cardi B. Beyonce's a liar then. All you single ladies. Beyonce's not even single. She's married. Yeah. She goes home to Jay-Z in a private jet. And all these girls single ladies in the club doing that to random men thinking they're cool. Yeah. Yeah, they're all dancing and Beyonce ain't single. It's music, it's entertainment. Don't believe the bullshit. And it's the same thing with Top G. You're a content creator. Yeah. Something like when I meet you, Adam Silent stuff. Before I used to, I don't know. I used to believe these pranks,
Yeah.
95% they're all fixed, set up.
Yeah.
It's bullshit, bro. and guys are watching. I'm like, bruv, it's just too much. But again,
It's
people
content.
believe this shit, bro.
Yeah.
It's like a stuff fly the man who goes, yeah. I don't want to say these things, but just look, we're having fun. But unfortunately, it's not good as well because our brother's there. I feel sorry for him and his brother, Tristan. Great guys. I'm going to support them to the end. I don't care what the result is because I know there's no evidence. They'll be released by now. It'll be leaked. There's nothing. So inshallah, Allah knows best. Whatever will happen is in Allah's hands, and Allah wanted that. So just be positive, and the rest is what it is. But hashtag free Top G.
Hashtag free Top G. All
That's
right, we're going to end it right there, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Check out Tam, check out Raheem, and I think that's about all we can say right
And
now.
CEO Cast, check out CEO Cast because I get a lot of your both podcasts are good. I get so much feedback from his podcast. People like me. Alhamdulillah. For once, some people like me.
Everyone look at CEO Cast. Is going to be podcasting Mo out next week or something like that.
All right, let's check it out.
Yeah, but listen, stick to your lane, yeah.